Welcome to Crypto Tutors. We are humanizing cryptocurrency and blockchain and are bringing the best trailblazers and success stories like Isaiah Jackson, Tanya Evans, Ian Bellina, Cleve Messidor, and Tinashe Nitaganga on the Crypto Couch. Click subscribe and the bell to be the first to watch the latest interviews every single week. Let me ask you this. What is it that, you see for yourself in relation to the industry, right? Like, who do you want to be who do you want to be in the industry? What do you want to be known for?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think it's really important for me to just highlight that I've been blessed in life. My family has been amazing. I've had a lot of opportunities. But there's one thing that my mother used to ask me all the time when she was alive. She would say, when I would call, she would be like, Jarek, how's your courage? How's your courage? She would always say, hey, son, how's your courage today?
Your courage.
Your courage. And I never understood what that meant. But now that I've lived a life a little bit, I understand that life is difficult. It can be a little bit, up and down. You could be on the mountaintop one minute, you can be in the valley the next. And you asked me what I would like my legacy to be in this space. I think it would be to show people that if you have courage and you have a little bit of discipline, you can overcome some of your fears. Right now, people look at crypto as kind of like, oh, this is not an asset class that's universal. They're kind of fearful. They don't really know. I'm like, listen, man, this is math. Math just keeps moving. It's a computer program that keeps on pushing out Bitcoin and tokens and Ethereum. You can grab onto this. It's completely safe. Just if you have enough courage and discipline, you can overcome your fears. And I think when it comes to the crypto space, we're giving people the opportunity to amass wealth and pass it on for generations. But then every single time that I have an opportunity, it's just regular people like you and me. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be a billionaire. You don't have to be anything more than just yourself. And so I think my passion is just to make sure that people know that no matter what your walk of life is, whether you've had good moments or bad moments, you can invest in yourself. You can invest in an asset that will pay off for you and your generations to come. And I think that's very rewarding and comforting.
Oh, I love that. And to follow up on that, what would you say is something that you've learned or some things that you've learned in your current field that you did not learn in the medical field?
Yeah, that's a good question too. It's interesting because if I think about it, it's the teamwork. Medicine is a team work type of profession. You can't really do anything on your own, and so is engineering. Both applied sciences, they both require a little bit of discipline. There are a lot of similarities to it, but what I would say about engineering is that engineering probably gives you a little bit more freedom. Freedom to iterate, to go back. And you don't have to be perfect from the jump. You can make something, give it to your colleagues, your friends, and then come back later and fix it, optimize it over time. Medicine is probably a little bit more stringent. You don't want to do surgery more than once if you don't have to. While you're in there,
it's sort of people's lives, more than
it's people's lives.
A little different. You can't really iterate on my life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But the beautiful thing about medicine and engineering is the effect that it has on the patient or the client. You want that. This is why I love surgery so much, because while you're asleep, we're doing some amazing work in there. And when you wake up, you may have a little bit of pain, but your whole life has changed, right? And in engineering is the exact same thing. I may have been fixing bugs in the body, but now I fix bugs and software that make your life easier, that make the whole experience and just add value to your life. And so personally, I kind of see them as the same. I can't really separate them too much all the time because I just love thinking about both. And my eyes definitely light up when I think about it. But it's the ability to enhance your life through technology in a way that just feels comfortable and the right thing to do. You check your bank statements all the time. You're going to be checking your credit card statement all the time anyway. and it just makes sense to have a credit card that you use for your regular purchases that also is making you crypto rewards. It's just in the same vein. Very complicated stuff. A whole team is working on that. We're very proud of that, but it's just a beautiful thing.
I really love how you, the correlation and the parallels that you drew from surgery, where you're, repairing and tweaking, people biologically to make them feel better and help them improve their quality of life. And on the flip side, with the work that you do now as a mobile engineer, it's similar in that you're enhancing the product, you're tweaking it and helping it to perform better. And it never really drew that parallel. I guess you have to be a surgeon to a software engineer to kind of connect those dots.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, as we start to kind of wind things down, what future are you creating at Gemini? What future are you creating for Jarek Warren and his family? And what future are you creating for your community?
Yeah, absolutely. Another great question. I am creating the future of removing preconceived notions. You can do whatever you want to do. This is something I'm very passionate about. I have a son, he's 3 years old, and I want to make sure that he is in the world and he feels like he can do whatever he wants, no limits. He can transcend any barriers. There's a saying that we used to have in medical school. And the saying goes, excellence performed at a task removes artificial barriers created by man. And so if you are excellent and you're diligent and you have the courage to get over your fear of certain things. I know people who are passionate about cooking. I know people who are passionate about art, acting, passionate about software engineering, passionate about education, edutainment, and it's not, it is not all roses, right? It's not all gold. There's high and low moments. But for everybody who's successful, what they really got wasn't necessarily being on the mountaintop and everybody seeing them. It's waking up every day, overcoming that internal fear, overcoming that internal objection, overcoming that internal barrier.
Want to learn more? Visit CryptoTutors.com.